Good morning, good morning. Happy Labor Day weekend to you all. I'm wrapping soaps, so I thought I would just come out and chit chat a little bit. How y'all doing? Apple pie. These are Yanni soaps. Apple pie. Smell yummy. That's Yanni soap, and I absolutely love it. I have one in my bathroom and one in my shower because they go quickly. These ones are, all have CBD in them. The Yannis don't. I've had off for the last 4 days. I've just been reading and staying in. It's been so darn hot. Friday and Saturday was just miserable. We hit 111 at Paso. I don't think it's gonna let up on us until after Thursday. $111's hot, man. Yeah, it's hot. Cheers. How you doing? How you doing? Miserably hot. Miserably hot. All you can do is stay in, man. You can't, I can't weather it out there. It's just too damn hot for me. Hello. Happy New Year, or Happy New Year. Happy Labor Day. I was gonna say Happy New Year. No, don't do that. It's too soon. They already have fucking Christmas shit out. I'm like, don't do that to us already. I hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend. A holiday weekend. You're enjoying yourselves. I've read, you can see my books. I've been reading 4 different books. I did the astrology for the Pisces full moon that's coming up on the 10th. These ones, I only have 4 left. And it's black raspberry vanilla Yanni soap. They went very fast. I only have 4 of these left. I don't even think they didn't even let me get labels on them. They just snagged them up. They knew what they were, so they just put them under their sink in the bathroom. All these other ones are CBDs. They have CBD and hemp oil in them. These ones all here, because they're really big sellers too. And there's a December, I have a craft fair coming up. October there's another one, so I'll decide. This one, this is Lavender Fields, and this is a CBD soap. It's got a nice lavender scent to it, and it's not overpowering. You know how some lavenders can just be overpowering? The fields, the other, undertones of it are really nice, and they're subtle, and I love it. So this is Lavender Fields. All goat's milk, of course, all organic, all pet friendly, all vegan friendly. I'm gonna put the label on the back. I'll post these at Star's Little Soap Shed on IG. If you guys want any, let a girl know. For a long time now, I have nothing on the cure rack, which is good. I'm trying to find a nice little rack. And at work, I've seen a few, but I didn't like the price that they wanted for them. So I keep looking. I'll find something. My astrology program, I need to renew it. And expenses have been high with the electric bill, right? Alright, so that's that one. This one here, is this it? This one. Yes. This is also a CBD, and it is sweet honeysuckle. And it smells heavenly. So, man, I just love this one. I love them all. I tried to keep one of everything, because I never keep any for myself. And so I tried to keep one of everything. That smells heavenly. I don't like a real overpowering scent, that's gonna choke me, but I want a scent that holds in cold processed soap. And so some of the scents that I choose, they have a really good hold factor to them. Like I unwrapped something. What did I unwrap? A black raspberry vanilla something, and I think it was from like a year ago. And it was just heaven, because the longer they sit, the better they are. They don't go bad unless you're using rancid oils when you make your stuff. Then your soap, I guess, could go bad. I've never had one do that. But I always try to wrap them, in a heat seal gun with a heat factor to it, so nothing can get into it. I tried to use up all my labels. I did almost get there. I think I have one more page that only had like 10 labels on it, and so I was trying to use up everything. Because I do need to place an order for some stuff, and I've been holding out. I made myself 2 really big 8-ounce jars of lotion because I love my lotion and I can't be without it. But I have just enough preservative to make it. See, I took one, someone took one honeysuckle, the sweet honeysuckle, because I have an extra label for it. So, see, they don't even let me label them. This scent really holds nicely too. This is Satsumi Orange. And oh my God, it holds so nicely, and it's a really refreshing scent. Really refreshing. It's got activated charcoal in it. That's the black. So it's an activated charcoal Satsumi Orange CBD bar. I've been doing a lot of research on CBD and things, you know, just because that's my thing. And I know as soap, you know, when we bathe, we don't have it on our skin for a prolonged period of time, right? But I've been following some of the studies that say, yes, that's the case, you know. If you just jump in your shower and you know, lather up and you rinse off, you don't have the soap on for a prolonged period of time. But if you're using things to break the blood-borne barrier of the skin, right, in your product, so that you're able to penetrate through the dermis, which the CBD and the other oils I use do. They're just specific carrier oils I use, and butters. And over a prolonged period of time, let's say, I think they did a study that was a year long, where they used nothing but CBD products, lotion, soap, on their skin topically. And everybody used the same product across the board. I'm not going to tell you whose product it was. And in 100 people that did the study over a year, every single person had an activation in CBD1 and CBD2 receptors in their body from using the CBD soap over the year's time, right? It was like an accumulation, like a stacking effect, if you will. Which is good, because we don't have enough cannabidiols in our system. And so our CBD1 and CBD2 receptors, when we introduce CBD, causes them to fire cannabidiols of our own that help with pain, help with anxiety, help with depression and insomnia and irritability and pain. So it's a win-win, right? It's a win-win. And so I keep bathing. I always have CBD bars in my shower. Always. Always. Even if I don't put a full bar, I use a small sink bar. And I'm always constantly washing my hands or something. And I know my cannabidiols are firing because I'm above where I used to be in a physical ailment, right? I didn't do the things I do now without taking something. And I don't, you know me, I don't want to take anything. This one is shave and cut, and it's a different pour. I did a rugged pour for men. You know, it's activated charcoal and goat's milk in there. It smells like you just went to the barber and had a clean shave and cut. It's kind of universal, really. Women can use it too. I used this before and I liked it. So I'm just labeling up some soap to get them stored, get them put away. I might have a hamburger, make myself a hamburger, and have a cold beer on Labor Day, right? I'm not going anywhere. It's supposed to be 109, 108 today. So the only place I go is my tub to cool off, because they've placed a heat advisory on us, and they're concerned about us losing power. And I haven't been, feeling very well. I have some dental stuff going on, and the last 4 days it's been really painful, and it's been really hard to get, because I haven't had an issue with pain for a long time, but I have a abscess underneath a bridge that I have in my mouth, and it's right in the front, in the lower, and so they gave me a bunch of antibiotics, and I've been taking them, but my whole jaw is like swollen on the left side, and my jaw kind of feels like if you touch it, like someone smacked the shit out of me and bruised me really bad. It's real tender. It was tender all the way around on the right and the left, but the right's much better now. Okay, so now I have my ingredient label. And I have to do these, make sure I'm doing these right, because this is the Yanni soap, is 100% coconut oil, silk, aloe vera, hemp, and essential oil, right? And it makes it all organic. And so this soap lathers up so well because, of course, I use flaxseed and sugar and citric acid in my lye. And so when people buy this, they're like, man, that soap lathers. I'm like, all my soaps lather like that because I use the same in all of them. But I really like these. They're easy to make, they're simple, and they help postpartum moms. They help breastfeeding moms that have sore breasts. They help with pregnancy when you have a pH difference. It gives you something to balance your pH and assist you in your hygiene, right, and make you feel comfortable at the same time. Not irritate your skin because it doesn't have all kinds of additional additives in it that you don't need, that are harmful really for your skin, and that shouldn't even fucking be in there. Hemp oil is in all my soaps, and we all know hemp oil is not CBD. Hemp oil is hemp oil, right? But hemp oil is very good for the skin. It's good for the hair. It's such a good product, and that's one of my markets, that I carry in all soaps with hemp oil in them. Not all have CBD in them, because not everybody wants a CBD bar. Some people don't. These bars right here will not last. They will not last. And I took myself one. I probably should take myself another. I took an apple pie. This is a apple pie. It smells heavenly. You want to eat it when you're bathing with it. They last a little less time in the shower, these Yanni bars, because they're softer bar because it's a pure coconut oil. And if you're allergic to coconut oil, obviously you wouldn't use this bar, because it's a pure coconut oil bar. This one is a black raspberry vanilla, and there's only 4 left of that scent, and I made 12. So that shows you how fast they go. And I am going to take a few of these others over here to my friend Mel, because her goat had a baby, and she's the one that's supplied me with the goat's milk. So I want to take some soap over to her, tell her thank you. made out of the goat's milk, right? And I think she has a gallon or something for me to pick up. So I'm excited about that. Cheers, everyone. So those are done. Let's see what these say. Yep. See, the sun just went down over my studio. It got darker in here really fast. Okay. See, this is coconut oil, castor oil, shea butter, cocoa butter, olive oil, hemp oil, silk, CBD, goat's milk, colloidal oats, and kaolin clay. The kaolin clay is really nice in soap because it gives it a nice slip to the soap. You know how when you buy a retail soap, how it sticks to you when you get out of the bath, you kind of feel like your skin's taut and pulled back and you can't really, you know, put your hand across your arm without it sticking because it's the soap scum that's left from the retail shit they put in it. I get that patient, or I keep saying patient. I don't know how I'm gonna stop doing that. Customers tell me that that my soap feels so good on their skin. That's what they tell me all the time. It's like that. It feels really nice on your skin. It lasts a long time, and it lathers nicely. You know, I don't like a bar that does not lather. That's why people use liquid soap. Do you know that? Because they don't think that a bar soap lathers well enough. And they like the lather. It's part of the experience, right? And so you can do the same with the bar. You just have to know what to put into it to cause it to lather more. I use citric acid and sugar, flax seeds. You know, I use different things for different proprieties in the soap. Let's say you want to make it harder, or you want to make it more conditioning, or more bubbles, or, you know, there's a whole lot of things you can do when you look on the soap calculator when you're creating your recipe. My recipe stays the same. It doesn't change. You find a recipe you like that works and does well for your customers, then you stick with that. You don't change it up much. The only change I make sometimes is the CBD. And that's always added, you know, it's just an additive to it. It's not a you know, I have it all the time, but I don't use it all the time for retail soaps. It's available if you want it, Are you guys doing anything this weekend? Do you have any big plans? Did you do anything nice this weekend? I saw some fireworks. Somebody did some fireworks. I don't know who they were. It was on a video I watched on YouTube. Somebody had gone out somewhere and they were doing fireworks. I thought it was cool. So I sat and watched that. Oh, see, that hurt my face. My face hurts, and I don't fucking have to work like this tomorrow. Have to work with it. I go and see the oral surgeon on the Tuesday. Which that's tomorrow, the 6th. Is it tomorrow, the 6th? Fuck, already? Yeah. I go see the oral surgeon tomorrow after work. I don't think he's gonna do anything because it's still fucking sore as hell. I don't think he's gonna do anything. He might take x-rays or some shit. But I don't think he's gonna do any work. Because it hurts too much still, and I don't take pain medicine, so I've been dealing with it. I've been using like there's certain herbs you can use to mix up, and then you can use it as a mouth rinse, like a mouthwash. And so I've done my mouthwash with my herbal recipe. For like an herbal, it's like an herbal tea, but it has some extra additives in it, like yarrow and chamomile. And those are antibacterial, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory, right? And so you let them sit and steep, and then you add some honey, and you add some lemon, because lemon will cut through the acidity, or if your pH is off, because we all have a pH. We have a pH on our skin, we have a pH in our blood, we have a pH in our urine, and they are different values. And when they're off, you can have problems, right? And so your skin might get dry or something, or you might have a side effect, depending on where you're at, what your condition is, you know? So I don't know. I know my mouth hurts, and I don't want to eat anything. I've been drinking shakes because my mouth hurts. I don't want to chew anything. Did I count correctly? I believe I did. Maybe not. We'll see. I'll probably be short one. That's why I have one more label on for the front. There's 4, 8, 9. Oh, no, I did it. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I've felt like delirious from the pain, you know. I've just been sitting around. Can put an herbal pack too. You make an herbal pack with a rag and soak it, and then, or put it in the freezer, put it in the microwave, whichever feels best to you, right? Heat or cold. And you can use it as a topical, and then use the rinse for your teeth and your gums. Because the yarrow is really good for, like, if you have infected gum, or your gums are bleeding, or you have a problem like that. And my gums aren't bleeding. They sure hurt like hell, though, on the bottom front. And I'm afraid that bridge is going to have to come out. And I'm not looking forward to that. Not one fucking bit. But for my health, right? My overall health. I can't run around with an abscess underneath the bridge, causing infection to run rampant in my body. I can't do that. That doesn't serve me. So if that bridge has to come out, it's got to come out. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, right? It's just, what is it? What do they say? It's just teeth. It's just teeth. My parents had the worst teeth. I think both my parents had full mouths of dentures by the time they were in their 20s. Maybe my mom was later, because I do remember her having all her teeth pulled when she went to the dentist once. I just vaguely remember the pain, or my dad bringing her home or something. I don't even. That's how vague it is, right? But I know as an adult that they both had really bad teeth. Cheers. People are like, oh, you have beautiful teeth. Are those yours? I said, yeah, they're mine. I paid for them. Every damn bit. Right? I hope you guys are smoking along. I wrote a bunch of notes for the for the upcoming moon, Pisces, the full moon in Pisces. It's happening on the 10th, and it's pretty powerful. We're already in the shadow period of it, right? So I want to talk a little bit about that. And then I'm going to do another free tarot on the Hermit. I'm going to do the Hermit next for the free tarot card. I'm just doing lessons on the cards, letting you guys learn the cards one at a time. And it's easier and it's simpler that way. So when you get through all the cards, you pretty much have a good grasp on each one of the cards, right? And then once you touch the cards and you play with the cards, then you listen to your own intuition and they become personal to you, right? And it won't be until you put the 2 and 2 together that they become personal for you, if that's what you like to do. And I've been reading. I have 4 books there. I don't know why I've always been that way. I think maybe it was college. Because you know how when you take 5 or 6 college course classes during a day, you fucking have 5 or 6 books, right? Different books. And I remember coming home with a backpack full of them and studying for a good 4 hours in all the books. And I think it was just, I didn't study for one class one day and the next class for the next day. I studied everything every day, right? And so it's kind of how I read, and I'm reading 4 really good books. Writing a lot. I'm writing a lot in my book. I look back on some of the writings that I've done, some of the things I'd experienced through this journey, and I keep getting like this remnants vision of I can't think of her name. She wrote the Harry Potter series. I can't think of her name. And she said when she wrote that series that she dreamt it, and she just woke up and had that story, and she wrote it, and look where she is today, right? And I was looking at those stories because I never read the Harry Potter series. I watched the movies. And I think when you read a book, it's a different experience than when you see the movie, right? So sometimes if you read the book first, it spoils the movie for you, or the movie doesn't live up to what you read, because there's a different experience. And so my story, the way it writes out and comes out, and things that are shown in sacred symbolism, are almost, not almost, uh, they are cartoon character like, right? Like the giraffe and the ladder. I saw a ladder that went to was in the sky, and it went to infinity. And there was a giraffe that was just kind of hovering around the front part of the ladder, and someone was climbing that ladder. And immediately I knew, Spirit was showing me the Jacob's ladder, that you're climbing, you're ascending, you're evolving, right? And I didn't know that at the time. I only know that now, when I went back and looked at the things I wrote about the experience, because the ladder was animated, the giraffe was animated. The people that were helping the giraffe were like little people, and they were animated, and I couldn't see who they were helping up the ladder, but I think they were helping me up the ladder. And it was a very profound image, right? And then I didn't think anything about it, and then I went and I started, can I find this in the Bible somewhere? And I find in the Bible things like, you can't see things like that or be in the kingdom of heaven or enter the kingdom of heaven unless you come in with a childlike heart. You have to come in with a childlike heart. That means nothing is attached, no attachment to you, no past, no future, no person, no place, no thing is attached to you. And you're solely sitting in the kingdom of heaven with consciousness, right? And I know it's a fucking phenomenal thing to wrap around people's brain, because they want to say it's a concept or that you're crazy, right? It's not, it's neither. Is it sanity or awakening? You can ask yourself both things, and they both could apply. Because when I had this happen, I said, I'm going fucking insane. I've lost touch with reality. No, I'm just showing you that I dropped the veil down. The veil's been removed, right? And so it's quite interesting in my book. Everything I'm writing is, if I write it the way I think I should write it, and therein lies the problem, right? I don't think, number one, thinking happens to me. It happens to us. I don't think. And I have no control, right? And so where I sit and I'm awakened, I know that thinking happens to me. So when I'm writing and the thinking thoughts come, those are happening to me, I write them down. And they're coming out like, it's like an animated story, like the Never-Ending Story. Did you see that movie? Where it's just an animated life event story, but it is written in such a way that it's animated, it's innocent, it's pure, it's unimaginable, hard to even comprehend, right? And so I ask myself, if thinking happens to me, and I write things down like this, and I put it in a book form, does it matter what people think when they read it? Because they don't think. Thinking happens to them also, right? So it's like a fucking conundrum. You're like, if you think something, I've been going around and around with this. If you think something, right, and it's not a good thought, well, where your thoughts are, your energy follows, right? And so you have to be extremely careful what you say, because because of this. And you think, you don't think. And then when you say that to yourself, well, I think I'm going to go for a walk today. You don't think. You don't think. You feel like you're going to walk today. You feel like you'd like to experience a walk today. You don't think. This thing happens to you. Where did you get the idea of going for a walk? Well, I had a thought. A thought came to my brain. Came to your brain and said, what? Well, it's a nice morning. Let's go for a little walk in the neighborhood. See? It came up like the fleeting, like the wind outside my window. So writing and speaking and it's not. It's like I'm like I catch myself and I'm in full sentence, right? And then I'm like, they're like, what's the matter? I'm like, I don't know what to say, right? Because I don't want to say the wrong thing, because I know what negative, wrong energy does, right? If you have an intention to use it that way. And so where I sit, because of the transcendental meditation I've been in, it's very hard for me to even have a nasty bone in my body. I don't say it. I can't. It's impossible. It's fucking impossible. Even people that I feel have wronged me, I can't. I don't have an ill thought, emotion, or feeling about any of it. It's like, I don't even, it doesn't even come to mind. Why is that? Because the egoic mind is dead. It's no longer running me. I'm running me. You change your perception. You change your perception of who you think you are, because you're not you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not even the fucking body you're housing. You are the light of Christ consciousness. God became, I don't know where did I write that? I wrote this down somewhere, and I remember it because it came to me, and I said this out loud, and I don't know where it came from, because I've never read this. I don't think. Maybe when I was younger, I don't know. But I said, God became man so man could become God. God became man so that man could become God. Do you know how deep that is? Do you know how fucking deep that is, that statement? Because where I sit, it would be very easy for me to say, I am God. And I'm not God, but I'm the light of Christ consciousness. We're all God, and it lies within us, right? And so that's what that statement means. That's why God walked the planet. That's why Jesus walked the planet, right? Became man, went through experience of man, so man could go through experience in this 3D realm and become God. That's what an awakening is. Not that you're becoming God, that you realize that you are the essence of creator of God, and that you're the light of Christ consciousness. And that is in the Bible. It says something like, I'm the light of God, and you are the light of God. Something like that. So I came up with that phrase 2 days ago, and I wrote it. Where the hell did I write it? God became man so man could become God. child of God, reincarnated in the here and the now. Where the fuck did I get that information? I wrote, I don't know, unknown, unknowing, zero voice in the head, zero attachment, gone, psst, just gone. And this is what I meant by being stripped, right? You're not stripped of memory, you're stripped of any attachment that you had, and you've been recreated in the light of Christ consciousness when you have an awakening. And I don't know where I'm consciousness, woman, form of God. God became man so I could become God. Where would I get that information? Where would I get that information? Where would I get it? I see, I just don't know. I keep writing that down, that I lost all conceptual idea of who I am. I'm going through an internal metamorphosis. My cells and energy pathways are vibrating, and there is a cadence to them. I'm writing that down. I'm writing that down, and I always start with I don't know, unknown, unknowing, right? Because I'm unknowing. One with the divine principles of all things. This is an experience that I'm having. It's not a fucking concept. You can't understand it as a form, because it's not a form. It's that which leads to beyond, right? And I think there's also there's also a statement I've heard, and I might have heard this one in church, when it says something like, I might be wrong, but I think it says something like faith without works is dead. Something like that. I wrote down here that faith without works isn't dead. Faith is greater. One is saved by their faith, not by their work. I've been saved by my faith in Creator, not in the work that I've done to get here, because I didn't do anything to get here, and that's why I wrote that down that way. Because this awakening led to something far beyond my conceptual imagination, because it's not a form, it's a feeling, and it emanates from the inside of you outwardly, right? And so that's what I wrote down again. God became man so man could become God. Where the hell did I just wrote it right there. I've been writing in this tablet since 12/21/2020 or 21. I write the date on all of them that I write, because I have so many writings that I just pick an empty tablet. There's a star that I saw in the sky. I wrote it, drew it. I don't know. Strange. But I think the book is going to come. See, this now jumps to September 4th, yesterday. And so I wrote that yesterday. No. Yeah, I wrote that yesterday. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it's all coming from. It's not me, that's for sure. I probably should have a shake, and I've written all my notes on the planets for you guys too, right? I've written all my notes to share with you guys, because I know you feel these energies profoundly. We have a Pisces full moon. It's beginning. It's going to be it's already started, but it's the beginning really of the eclipse season coming in. The autumn equinox that we came into. September 10th, Pisces full moon. It happens at 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to have eclipses probably beginning in October and November. It'll be a really big month for us. October 8th is when eclipse season actually begins. September 1st, Saturn is going to square Pluto, and it's been going on since like 2020. This exact square has been going on with Pluto and Saturn squaring, right? And so these energies are fast moving events, and it's kind of teaching us how to master our own energy, right? To even if it comes to you quickly, you're still able to master this energy. And September 1st, it triggered Saturn and Pluto square again, and the 6th it's going to trigger it again. And that's going to tomorrow, that's going to heighten this moving energy. Because Pisces energy is dreamy, right? It's real beautiful. It's linked to altered states, creativity, music, poetry, drifty, feeling dreamlike, right? So people right now may be connecting to their dreams. Their dreams might be significant to them, and it's connecting to source through their dreams. You might be feeling some of that. Neptune in Pisces is really dreamy, right? So you want to journal if you can journal, because it's one of two ways it can go, because Pisces can have negative aspects of less than or toxicity, drugs, addiction, pollution, things that are not as they seem could come to light, maybe even truths come to light, because there's a bad side. There's always a bad side to every sign, right? There's always a shadow side. So in the weather, we're probably going to experience more extreme heat, maybe even some flooding we're going to see because of the heat wave. And our planet is really not saturated because we're in a drought. And so if it rains profoundly, we may have some flooding and some slides and slippages going on. Things might come to light that need to come to light from people that you know. You may find out things that you've been weathering the storm in something. I think right now it's really just a sweet time to just try to master your energetic state, maybe, and refine it in some sort of artistic way that you can. Soaping, journaling, coloring, right? Being in the now, right? Because there's a lot of mental energy that's going on, because Mars and Gemini, they retrograde at the end of October, right? And it activates this information, if you will, that's going to be coming in. It's already coming into us with Virgo, and it's heart connected. It's heart based, and so these energies are really kind of asking us to be able to accept the beautiful energy of Pisces. That's the full moon is coming in, and allow it to link to your creativity, to your music, to your dreams. Feel drifty, feel free, carefree. Don't take things so seriously. Try to involve yourself in activities that maybe are going to be... I'm going to do this video and then before the 10th, but these are just pointers for you guys. Try to do some things that ground you. You can, if you're not awakened, you can still earth yourself. You can go in nature and earth yourself. The elements of the earth, it's so beautiful. They, in like 10 minutes, will provide homeostasis to your body, to the chemistries in your body, just by earthing yourself. You take your shoes off and you stand in the grass or walk in the park or a stream. 10 minutes. And it's so good for you. And so let the sun shine on you so that serotonin and melatonin can be produced and your circadian rhythms begin to balance. Mother Nature balances us, and she gives us so much to be grateful for, and we're we take advantage of the planet we live on and we pollute it. And so I think if it starts with one or two of us, beginning to look at things, and if you see it, pick it up, no big deal, pick it up, throw it away, right? And try to show a little more respect for the planet that we live on, because it's what's providing us the elements we need to survive. And so I always say thanks by providing some sort of herbal incense in a really pretty white bag. I use a white bag, and it's got lace on it, and I put some incense and sage, and I burn it in the tray, and then offer it up to Gaia, and then I place all of the things I burn and some frankincense and some tobacco and some other things in the bag to offer up to Gaia, and I hang it in a tree. And it's just my way of saying thank you, right? And you'd be surprised when you go back and you see the tree. No one's taken it out of the tree. Everyone's left it in the tree, and they see it there, right? And so people know, we all know. And so some of these energies that we got, I have a lot to talk about with them. Just know that the Pisces full moon is coming. You may be already feeling the shadow period of those energies. It's going to begin the eclipse season. October 8th through November is going to be eclipses. It's going to be a huge month in October and a huge month in November. And these fast-moving energies are hitting everybody, and our job here as sentinel beings experiencing this 3D reality and the avatar in which we house, we have to learn to master them. And so I think this is just what I'm being shown, is that there will be communal communities established. And through these communal communities that are established of like-minded individuals, there will be people that live in these communities that hold and house professions that they've experienced in their lifetime. Doctors, counselors, healers, nurses. And so when they all come together in a communal community of like-minded individuals for the greater good of all, it becomes a beautiful community that thrives. You become self-sustainable. You begin to barter with one another, and you share what we're supposed to be sharing, our resources on this earth with one another, and the love we have for one another. And so we're being drawn into that new ages of healing. You're going to see a lot of healers come to light. People that do energy healing. They're going to be doing a lot of energy healing, and it's going to become big by 2024, 25, mid-25. So many things are happening so quickly on our planet. And when you have a sentinel being here, that's been awakened for a purpose to serve the collective, right? For the greater good. That's what I think about myself. I'm to serve the greater good as a collective, myself and to creator. And so, however I bring that to light in my community is I'm bringing the light of Christ consciousness to my community, and by the very essence of what I touch is alchemy, and I turn it to precious metals and stones. And so when one gets, a taste, then the other gets a taste. And so it's sharing and giving and receiving with one another, and learning that there is no separation among us, that we're one. And these energies are pulling people in as a community, I think. And so you're going to see more communities pop up that way. They'll pop up where people will come in and create communities such as that. It's already happening. So I'm going to probably go have something for some sort of breakfast. Maybe I'll have pancakes. I don't know. I can't eat pancakes because of my teeth. I'm having a shake. I'm having a shake. And that's okay. I love shakes. So thank you for coming in and listening to me babble on. Thank you for wrapping soaps with me. I hope you guys are all safe and you're well and you're doing good. Happy Labor Day weekend to you all. Namaste.